right, Millville foodies, thank you all for tuning in once again. And before you do anything, if you're not a part of this community, I need you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Also, hit the little bell button so you can get all notifications when we upload our videos. So, I wanted to share with you all what I was having for lunch today, and that is beef tips and gravy. I haven't decided if I wanted rice or cream potatoes, but by the time everything gets done, I'll make a decision. So for my ingredients, I have 3.5 pounds of stewed meat that's been cut up. I have mushrooms, I have onions, I have garlic, I have my onion soup mix, I have beef broth, I have Worcestershire sauce, I have my salt and pepper, and I have some all-purpose flour, as I'm going to use that for, of course, my thickening agency when I do my gravy. So don't go nowhere. Don't do anything, honey. If a commercial come on, honey, wait that 5 seconds. Hit that skip button because you do not want to miss this delicious and rich recipe. So stay tuned. All right, you guys, we are back. And the first thing we're getting ready to do, we went ahead and salted our meat, and we put pepper on as well. And you do that to your liking. We're getting ready to go ahead and brown up this meat. Now, some people like to flour their meat a little bit and brown it up, but I don't think it's necessary for this. So we're just going to sear it before we stick it in the oven with all our other ingredients. And so we want to add a little bit of olive oil to our pan, so we can get ready to brown up our meat. And I'm using, guys, my Dutch oven to do this. The Dutch oven is a great conductor of heat. You can also, when you remove it from the stove, put it in the oven, and that's what we're going to be doing. So that's why I chose the Dutch oven. It's gonna really get that meat tender and keep the level of heat equal throughout the whole cooking process. So let's see if we're ready. We're going to get all of our meat seared, you guys, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so we are back, and as you can see, we added all our meat, and it's gotten smaller because the juices and everything has rendered out. So now, what I want to do, and I'm doing this a little bit different, really because of the sake of time. I was supposed to do this earlier, but I'm actually doing it in my lunch hour. So gonna do a little bit different and reroute how I was gonna go with this, and that's okay, because honey, it's your kitchen. Do what you want. So I have 2 onions, and I cut up some garlic that we're gonna add to this. Nope, I'm not taking the meat out. I'm not draining nothing. I'm not going to saute. The onions like I normally do. All for the sake of time, honey, and that's okay. We're also going to put in here, 2 packets of our onion soup mix. And guys, this was 3.5 pounds of beef, so it should feed quite a few. I have a family of 4, so we're gonna be good, honey. And that was my 2 packets of my onion mix. Get that floating around in there looking good. I'm also going to add about a 1/4 cup of our Worcestershire sauce. Alright. Getting that mixed around. I also want to add our mushrooms. And guys, this is a lot of mushrooms, but it's okay because they'll shrink as it cooks. So don't be intimidated. And if you don't like mushrooms and onions, you definitely do not have to put them in here. That's just a preference that we like. Y'all know my saying, honey, it's your kitchen. Do what you want. And instead of doing my flour to make my gravy, and that's the step that was going to take a minute because I have to get back to work. So I'm just going to add a packet of the brown gravy mix and a packet of the Italian beef au jus, because both of these going to make gravy. It's going to be rich. And guys, I've never added these two together, so honey, I'm just kind of making this up as I go. That's all right, for the sake of time. I know what I want it to taste like, and that's good. It already smells good. It's getting that rich color that we want. And we want to add about 16 ounces of this beef broth, which is half of the carton. Guys, it already looks good, but the meat, y'all, I might be adding the whole carton of this. It's not tender yet. You see it's thickening up. It's still thickening up. And guys, you can taste this at this point to see if you feel like you have enough salt and pepper, or if you want to add any other seasonings to this. Me personally, I think it has everything it needs. Guys, we're going to go ahead and pour the rest of this in here, because I feel like once it gets in the oven, it's going to thicken up even more. So we did end up adding our whole container, which is 32 ounces of beef broth. And basically because, you know, we did 2 packets of brown gravy. Normally I'll make my own gravy, but because of the sake of time, we're going to go with what we had on hand. And that's the great thing about cooking, guys. You can get a recipe and just make it however you want to make it. Like, you don't have to stick to and I'm not talking far as baking and different things where you need perfect measurements. But when it comes to things like, you know, roast beef, chicken, you know, you can add or take away whatever you want when it comes to seasoning. So what we're going to do, we're going to get the top on this, get this in the oven, and we got our oven preheated for 350. We're going to let this heat in the oven for 2 hours. I'm going to check it after 2 hours. If it's tender, if my beef is tender how I like, then we'll go ahead and take it out. If not, I'll keep it in there for 1 more hour. So we'll be right back. Okay, guys, so we are back, and it's been 2 hours. So we're going to go ahead and remove the top. Now let's give this a good oh, yeah. Hope y'all see that real good. You know it's done. It's fork tender. So it took us 2 hours to complete this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to plate this up either with some rice or cream potatoes. I think I'm going to do cream potatoes. The boys will probably want rice, but I'm going to plate this up and we'll be right back with the finished product. So, all right, you guys, here you have it. This is our mushroom and onion gravy beef tips with our au jus gravy. It came out perfect, tender. We did do some cream potatoes with it. The meat is very good. The flavor in this, y'all, is the bomb. If you want to do, and the reason how I came up with the recipe as far as the gravy is because I was in a rush, but it worked. So I used the McCormick brown gravy and the au jus gravy, mixed it together. Honey, I promise you, I just want to taste this. I want y'all to give me smack. Oh my God. And that meat stayed in the oven for 2 hours on 350. Oh my God. Honey. Meat tastes like butter. Do you hear me? Listen. I ain't even got time to talk. I done started eating now. I'll holler at y'all later. Y'all have a blessed night. Listen, subscribe. Tell your auntie, your cousin, Poof, and them, all of them. It's time to come to Millville, honey. We serving it up. I'll talk to y'all later.